This is Joelle with Trigram Support, and in this video we're going to go over electronic billing, setting up electronic billing in AcuBase. So go ahead and go to the tool wrench in the upper right corner. Once here, go ahead and click on the Billing tab and then on the General sub-tab. This is where you're going to turn on Ebilling so that the system will automatically check the appropriate invoice for the next e-batch. So go ahead and click on yes here, and here if you have a set of invoice that you think are ready and that you want to have checked to yes already, you can click yes. I'm going to click no. Typically you're going to set this before you even prepare your invoice for, before you get started with electronic billing, so you can just click the no button here. All right, so let's go to a patient. And one of the things that you need to make sure of once you have electronic billing set to yes is that under your patient's case detail is that all the insurance people that you'd like to do electronic billing for, you want to make sure that their default invoice is checked to CMS 1500. Now you only want those people that you do electronic billing for to be set to CMS 1500. The brain of the e-billing feature is looking at that, and every invoice created out of that case will be automatically checked to yes for the next e-batch. So that means that if you have insurance patients that you have set up with CMS 1500, but you're not going to do electronic billing for, you're still going to do paper billing, go ahead and change these people to super bill for a default invoice. If you don't change them to super bill, when you create an invoice, it will be checked for the next batch, and then you'll have to sort your batch before you send it off, which you really don't want to do. So just change those people to super bill. It does not mean that you cannot create a CMS form as long as you have this area and the contact area filled out correctly. It will always create a CMS. So only people you want to have with CMS 1500 as default invoice are those you're going to do electronic billing for. From that point on, when you create an invoice, all people that have been checked with the CMS as a default invoice, when you go to the overview here, you'll see that those invoices will be automatically checked to yes for sent to the next batch. When you're ready to create your batch, you can simply go to the report button, and there is a report there that you can use to create your batch. Before we do that, I wanted to show you something. If you wanted to take a look at the beginning, at least at the list of invoices that have been checked for the next batch before you go ahead and create your report and your batch, what you can do is that you can come to the invoice tab here, and you can just pick an invoice. It doesn't matter at all which invoice it is. It doesn't have to be an e-billing invoice. We just want to be on the overview screen of an invoice, and then we're going to hit the find button. And if you check the yes bubble here and click on perform find, it will find you all the invoice that are ready to be sent to the next batch. You can take a look at the top here next to the green bubble. It will tell you how many records it found out of the total number of records that you have. Then next to the back button here at the top, there is a little icon like a rectangle with lines through it. If you click on that, it will show you the records found in a list form. And so here you can get a sense of, the invoice that are included in this batch. Okay, on to the report. Let's go to the report tab, and it's this report here, invoices : e-billing all records. So go ahead and scroll down to run selected report and OK. And then here it's going to ask you if you want to do a batch just for this one invoice that we're looking at here, or the found set of invoices, and you want to click on found. It's going to put a text file on your desktop, and here it is for me. And that is what you're going to submit to the clearinghouse, this text file. Once you've created a batch, of course, all the invoices that were part of that batch will be checked to no. That's to ensure that they don't get included in the next batch. So if you take a look at them, they're not checked to no. If for any reason you need to recreate this batch, something went wrong, you can easily find those invoices by simply coming to just choose an invoice out of your invoice list, be on the overview screen of that invoice, go ahead and click on the Find button. Next to date e-bill sent, you're going to select the date that you created that batch, perform find, and here are going to be the invoices that were included in that batch. Again, you can click on the little list icon here to take a look at these invoices. And if you need to recreate this batch and recheck this invoice, simply click yes on the first one and then go ahead and hit the Command equal on a Macintosh, Control equal on a PC. So that's the Control key and the equal sign, or the Command key and the equal sign. It will pop up this window here asking if you want to replace this field in the content of this field in all records with yes. Hit replace, and all your invoices are going to be checked back to yes, and you can recreate your batch. Okay, that is it for eBilling. If you have any questions, please let me know. Support at